Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janaballava Girivardhari. Gopi Janaballava Girivardhari. Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janaballava Girivardhari. Gopi Janaballava Girivardhari. Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yasodanandana Braja Janaranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Very good, very good. Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Viravakacharya Sarasishimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Asa Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Viravakacharya Sarasishimad, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Guru Parampara Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dhamma Ki Jai, Sadhu Sangha Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Go Premananda Hari Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All together, please. Om Jnana Timarandasya Ganandana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Sapitam Senabhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Ukta Padakamalang Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Brijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapcha Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Brindavanishwari Vrishavana Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpadharubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So, reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and commentary is Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Today's verse number 1 of chapter 11, entitled The Universal Form. So, new chapter. Please repeat. Arjuna vāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam yat tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho vigato mama mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho vigato mama Arjuna vāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam yat tvayoktaṁ vacas tena moho vigato mama Arjuna vāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam yat tvayoktaṁ vacas tena mohoyam vigato mama. Mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tatyoktaṁ vacas tena mohoyam vigato mama Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam tvayoktaṁ tena mohoyam vigato mama. Mataji's have a... Oh, sorry. Arjuna uvāca mad-anugrahāya paramam tena. Okay, word for word, please repeat. Arjuna uvāca, Arjuna said, mad-anugrahāya, just to show me favor. Paramam, supreme, guhyam, confidential subject. Adhyātma, spiritual. Saṁjñitam, in the matter of. Yet, what? Tvayā, by you. Uktam, said. Vacaḥ, words. Tena, by that. Moha, illusion. Ayam, this. Vigataḥ, is removed. Mama, my. Translation, Srila Prabhupada. Arjuna said, by hearing this the instructions you have kindly given to me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Please repeat. Arjuna said, by hearing the instructions you have kindly given to me about these confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Yes. So, purport Srila Prabhupada. This chapter reveals Krishna as the cause of all causes. He is even the cause of Mahā-viṣṇu, from whom the material universes emanate. Krishna is not an incarnation, he is the source of all incarnations. This has been completely explained in the last chapter. Now, as far as Arjuna is concerned, he says that his illusion is over. This means that Arjuna no longer thinks of Krishna as a mere human being, as a friend of his, but as the source of everything. Arjuna is very enlightened and is glad that he has such a great friend as Krishna. But now he is thinking that although he may accept Krishna as the source of everything, others may not. So in order to establish Krishna's divinity for all, he is requesting Krishna in this chapter to show his universal form. Actually, when one sees the universal form of Krishna, one becomes frightened, like Arjuna. But Krishna is so kind that after showing it, he converts himself again to his original form. Arjuna agrees to what Krishna has several times said. Krishna is speaking to him just for his benefit. So Arjuna acknowledges that all this is happening to him by Krishna's grace. He is now convinced that Krishna is the cause of all causes and is present in everyone's heart as the Supersoul. Mukam karoti vācālam phangam laite girim yat kripatamaham bande Shri Gurun didatarinam. Arjuna vaca mad-anugrahāya paramam guhyam adhyātma-saṁjñitam takto yam vacas tena moho vigato mama. Arjuna said, by hearing the instructions you have kindly given me about these most confidential spiritual subjects, my illusion has now been dispelled. Yes, so, universal form. Seeing is believing. It's often said in this world. In the previous chapter and the previous chapters, Krishna has been saying and establishing that I'm the Supreme Lord. And this was there in the 10th chapter. It contains the Chatur Sloki. The Chatur Sloki is the 4 central verses. There is also a Chatur Sloki in the Bhagavatam. Those verses contain the essence of the scripture. So that is in the 10th chapter, starting with number 8. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak sarvam prabhatate iti matva bhajanti mam buddha bhava samambitam. Right? I am the source of all material and spiritual worlds. Those that everything emanates from me. Those that know this perfectly engage in my devotional service, my bhajan. They worship me with all their hearts. Those that know this perfectly. So many people, they may read the Bhagavad Gita, oh, Krishna says this and that, but the person who has shraddha, who has developed to the point of belief or faith, shraddha, not blind faith, but experience, he engages in the bhajan of Krishna. But Arjuna's doubt, as Prabhupada says here, is that, but Krishna, you're my cousin brother, right? You're the son of Vasudeva, son of Nanda Maharaj, and you're saying that you're the source of everything? You're saying, evam parampara praptam imam raja shayo vidu, that this great knowledge was taught by me to great kings in the past. But I can remember all those times, but you, Arjuna, don't know it. You've forgotten it. So there's somebody it's reasonable that if somebody says, I'm God, okay, prove it. That is not an unreasonable suggestion, because it's a big subject matter. I'll tell you a funny story. There was an old Bengali here. Do you remember his name? He used to collect the mail and give it to all the different departments. He was very sweet, very old gentleman type, 80 years old. Everyone loved him. Huh? Huh? Yes, anyway, he was a great soul. Everyone called him Dadu. Anyway, so he told a story once that he was interested in spiritual life from young, and in Calcutta, he once went to a Pandal program, and Prabhupada was giving the Pandal program. Huh? Dadu. Yudhendra. Yeah, but everyone called him Dadu. Dhirendra Dadu. Anyway, he went to the Pandal program, and Prabhupada spoke very nicely. The devotees gave a kirtan before and after the talk. And then it was in Calcutta somewhere. And at the end, Prabhupada said, "Any questions?" So one man stood up and he said, "I have a question, Swami. What about Sai Baba? He says he's God." You know, not the first Sai Baba, the one with the very electric hairstyle, Jimi Hendrix hairstyle. Anyway, what about Sai Baba? He says he's God. So Dadu was listening. Prabhupada answered, well, in the Shastra it says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the reservoir of all beauty. Do you think that Sai Baba is the reservoir of all beauty? So he didn't give any answer but sat down. So that is one way we know from the Shastra, right? Earlier, Krishna, he said, "Asitala devala vyas," you are paramam, you are the supreme abode, you are the shelter. That is declared in the Vedas, that is declared by great sages, and now you are saying, revealing this to me. And Krishna in 10th chapter is saying, yes, I'm the source of everything. Those that understand that, they perform my bhajan, maksita, matgata, prana. They worship me by discussing me, enlightening one another about me, and they feel great pleasure and satisfaction. And those tesham satata yuktanam, those that are always connected with me in devotion, I am in their heart. I give them realization. And then the 4th verse, tesham evanukam patham aham ajnana jamtama nashyami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhashvita, that I, out of compassion, dwelling in their heart, I dispel the darkness born of ignorance with the shining lamp of knowledge. So Krishna says that. He's being very bold. But this is what is stated in the Vedic Shastras, the great sages. And not only that, in bhakti we don't say, okay, some ancient sage said this, it says it in the Shastras. We say, chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, and you will realize it for yourself. The Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita summation, is not just a blind belief system, it is an experience system. We say, look, study Siddhanta and have enough dedication, gumption to chant Hare Krishna regularly, even for 1 day, 1 month. Read Bhagavad Gita and see the satisfaction. See that Krishna within the heart, Chaitaguru, as he says, does not help you, give you realization, does not give you experience. So we're not into this blind faith. We're into experience. And that is what has sustained Krishna consciousness for thousands and thousands and millenniums and billions of years, through Satya Yuga, through Treta Yuga, through Dwapara Yuga, through Kali Yuga, for endless time. Because it is not just a mental idea that you have to, I believe in it. I believe that there was a big wooden boat and 2 giraffes went in it, 2 tigers went into it, 2 goats went into it, 2 lions went into it, and there was a big flood and they all floated around. It's not some kind of strange tribal stories. It is a practical system of yoga. Yoga means union. It means plus. It means addition. So bhakti yoga means to connect with Krishna directly. Because we saw in 10th chapter, Krishna is Atma-tarun. Atma. He is the soul of the soul. He is not in a distant place. We are the soul of this body, we can say, but within our soul is Krishna. And within, if Krishna is within our soul, so is the whole spiritual world, waiting to be realized. The spiritual world is not bound by material time and space. We're going to see this in this chapter. It is the source of material time and space, but it is not bound by it, even in the material world. The materialistic Damana nowadays, they say, we will analyze everything according to mathematics. But Krishna is beyond mathematics. The reality even of the material world does not rest upon mathematical formulas. Yes, there is magnetism, the nuclear force, there is inertia and so on. But what is sustaining those forces? And what is the heart of that? Upon what do they rest? If you think, my dear scientist, that you can discover the absolute truth through mathematics, then mathematics is more powerful. Because through mathematics you are saying the absolute truth can be revealed by force. All we have to do is work out a big enough equation and that's it. But Bhagavad Gita, Atma-tarun, Krishna explains that he is the basis of everything. Not only that, as it is Prabhupada, Krishna is the cause of all causes. Krishna is the source of the creation, and he is sustaining the creation. His creation has 3 basic categories of energy: the Chit Shakti, the pure spiritual world; the Achit Shakti, the material energy; and the Jiva Shakti. The material world is a combination of the Jivas, the Supreme Lord of course, and the material energy. And people are in the material world because they're trying to control and enjoy the material energy, thinking that I am a material person, I'm a material product. In the spiritual world, there is no material, there is no matter. It is the unlimited spiritual abode. And in these 3 categories, the spiritual energy, the material energy, and the jiva, there is variety. There is variety in Krishna. There is Balaram, there is Mahā-viṣṇu, there are the Shaktavesh avatars, there's the Guna avatars, so many avatars. But, as is established here in the Gita, and as Prabhupada states in the Purport, Krishna is that ultimate source. Therefore, Arjuna calls him paramam purusha. You are the supreme person. There may be so many forms of Krishna, Nrsimhadev, Vamana, Matsya, Buddha, Avatar, Kalki, unlimited incarnations. The Bhagavatam says, just like waves in the ocean. But Krishna is the ultimate source. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matak. So if we understand that through realization, through chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and living a Vaishnava life of purity and serving the great Vaishnava paramahamsas, we will get that realization out of compassion of Krishna. If we get that understanding, then this is beyond all doubt. But as Prabhupada says here, that Krishna has explained, yes, I'm the source. I dispel all the ignorance within my devotees' hearts. I give them bliss. I give them realization. And then he talks about all the opulences. We've been discussing this for a few weeks. You know, I'm the rod of chastisement. I am the silence of all secrets. I am silence. I am this great sage. I am this. I am the sun and the moon. I am, because as everything has emanated from Krishna, this is all another form of Krishna. Just like all sunlight is another form of the sun. So it is a secret knowledge, guhyam, secret, but it is plainly obvious. If there is a supreme person who is creator, then what else can be created other than his energy? Right? There is not a separate source, Lucifer or Satan or the devil. There is only one source if there is a supreme person. There is not two parties in the spiritual world, like in Delhi. There may be the BJP, and then there may be Congress or something. And there's no big fight going on in the spiritual world. It's just one person, one energy, one leela. There's no competition. And that goes down on the spiritual world too. There is only the Supreme Lord. So this is obvious when we hear it, that if there is a creator, everything is his creation. Just like a painter. Everything on the painting is his work. The Mona Lisa was done by Leonardo da Vinci. There wasn't a second painter putting in the smile. There might have been, but the idea, you understand. This is the all energy. And not only that, avyaktamurtina, I enter into this created energy of spirit, matter, and the living entities. And we are vibhinamsa, we are the living entity, separated. We heard last week, Swamsa, Krishna expands as Balaram, as Mahā-viṣṇu. But he also expands as the vibhinamsa. The vibhinamsa are those living entities that have a sense of individual existence. That's you and me. We all feel I'm an individual. I'm the same person now as when I was 10 years old trying to learn to ride a bicycle. I have my own individual So that is vibhinangsa. And we all have our own individual ability to desire in this direction. In that way, we're architects of our destiny. As you sow, so you will reap. But Krishna explains that if you sow bhakti, I'll free you from your material karma and I'll take you to the spiritual world. So Krishna is the source and he is the sustainer of all creation. But the material energy is created and withdrawn. So Lord Shiva, he is the devata that dissolves the universe under his supervision when the universes are withdrawn. But the spiritual creation is eternal. So Arjuna has been taught all these wonderful things, and they are very obvious that if there is a supreme creator, then everything is his creation. We are subordinately creating microphones, but we're using the energy. Like Lord Brahma, he is creator of the universe, but secondary. He is given the equipment and then he constructs the universe. Just like we order an architect, I want a house with 4 rooms here, 3 rooms there. You follow my directions. So that architect is following the directions of the boss. So Krishna is creating through his devatas the material world. He empowers those devatas, but he does not directly do material activities. He empowers the devatas, are his extended limbs. That is what is stated in the Shastra. Through them, he governs the material energy. He is always transcendental. He empowers the devatas. So he has been explaining all this detail of this one basic fact. I'm the source of everything. There's variety in the creation. I myself have swamsa. I have many, many expansions. I have unlimited jiva, vibhinangsa, and each one of those, just like each one of us here, we are all individuals eternally. We all have our own individual, and we are in this creation, and we can choose basically between the material world or the spiritual world once we're in this material world. But it explained earlier, those that attain bhakti and attain the spiritual world, takva deham punarjanma, they never come to this material world ever again. Once you are out of prison, you don't want to go back. But that is not the motivation in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, people are overwhelmed with ecstatic bliss, ecstatic love. They do not, they're not thinking, oh, I'd better serve Krishna or else I'm going back there to Delhi. No, the spiritual world is a place of ecstatic, ever-extending bliss. So Krishna is explaining all these things and giving Arjuna realization because Shake, you are my devotee and my friend. But now also, with this realization, Arjuna is thinking, this is my cousin brother, but he's also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is, so if you found out that your friend was the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which relationship would be more powerful? Your cousin brother, or he's God? He's the Supreme Creator, maintainer, which you would think, wow, that's amazing. That Krishna, my friend, is the Supreme Lord, and he's coming to this material world in Leela, Paritranaya Sadhunam, right, to protect the devotees, Vanashaya to Duskritam, to put down Duskritina, to protect devotees, and Dharma Samstapanathaya, Krishna's, I re-establish Dharma. In this age, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. So Arjuna in this, and this is, when we read this, there's so much philosophy, but we should also try and absorb the mood, the rasa of Arjuna. Arjuna this is amazing. Like my mind is expanding to think how Krishna is all these wonderful and opulent manifestations. So it's called adbhuta, second astonishment. So now he asks Krishna, okay, Krishna, please show this. Seeing is believing. Of course, he already believes, he's realized, but now, as a historical document, you show how you have entered into and how you are sustaining this material creation. You show that to me and you establish it for history. So, I'll read the verses, and it's good to read them one by one, because then you'll get the picture. O lotus-eyed one, I have heard from you in detail about the appearance and disappearance of every living entity, and have realized your inexhaustible glories. O greatest of all personalities, O supreme form, though I see you here before me in your actual position, as you have described yourself, I wish to see how you have entered into this cosmic manifestation. I want to see that form of yours. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, see. Hundreds of thousands of variegated, divine and multicolored forms. O best of the Bharatas, see here the different manifestations of Adityas, Vasus, Rudras, Ashwini Kumars, and all the other demigods. Behold the many wonderful things which no one has ever seen or heard of before. O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form, Virat Rupa, can show you whatever you now desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving and non-moving is here completely in one place. But you cannot see me with your present eyes. Therefore I give you divine eyes. Behold my mystic opulence. Sanjay said, O king, having spoken thus, the Supreme Lord of all mystic power, the personality of Godhead, displayed his universal form to Arjuna. Arjuna saw in that universal form unlimited mouths, unlimited eyes, unlimited wonderful visions. The form was decorated with many celestial ornaments and bore many divine upraised weapons. He wore celestial garments and garlands, and many divine scents were smeared over his body. All was wondrous, brilliant, unlimited, all expanding. If hundreds of thousands of suns were to rise at once into the sky, their radiance might resemble the effulgence of the Supreme Person in that universal form. At that time, Arjuna could see in the universal form of Krishna the unlimited expansions of the universe, situated in one place, although divided into many, many thousands. Then, bewildered and astonished, his hair standing on end, Arjuna bowed his head to offer obeisances, and with folded hands began to pray to the Supreme Lord. Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva and all the sages and divine serpents. O Lord of the universe, O universal form, I see in your body many, many arms, bellies, mouths, and eyes expanded everywhere without limit. I see in you no end, no middle, no beginning. Your form is difficult to see because of its glaring effulgence, spreading on all sides, blazing like fire or the immeasurable radiance of the sun. Yet I see this glowing form everywhere, adorned with various crowns, clubs, and discs. You are the supreme primal objective. You are the ultimate resting place of all this universe. You are inexhaustible, and you are the oldest. You are the maintainer of the eternal religion, the personality of Godhead. This is my opinion. You are without origin, middle, or end. Your glory is unlimited. You have numberless arms, and the sun and moon are your eyes. I see you with blazing fire coming forth from your mouth, burning this entire universe by your radiance. Although you are one, you are spread throughout the sky and planets and all space between. O Great One, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with their folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfected beings crying, all peace, are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns. All the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadyas, the Vishvadevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, the Asuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder. O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and belly, and your many terrible teeth. As they are disturbed, so am I. O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain steadiness or equilibrium of mind. O Lord of Lords, O refuge of the world, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance, seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions I am bewildered. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Kṛṣṇa, and our chief soldiers also, are rushing into your fearful mouths, and some I see trapped, with heads smashed between your teeth. As the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible scorching rays. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. So here's the answer. The Supreme Personality of God said, Kalos me aham, time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas, and the soldiers here on both sides. They will all be slain. Therefore get up, prepare to fight and win glory, conquer your enemies, and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Kṛṣṇa, and other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight, and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. So, Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a faltering voice. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and here. All this is rightly done. O Great One, greater even than Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless One, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. You are air, you are the supreme controller, you are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are Brahma, the first living creature, and you are the grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times, again and again. Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. Thinking, and then Arjuna, he explains, thinking you was my friend, I have made many offenses. We'll leave that section for later. But this is the point, that Arjuna, he has had information, and then he has seen the Supreme Lord in the way he has entered into the material creation. And this is adbhuta, astonishing. So this philosophy of Bhagavad Gita is there, but we must also pick up the rasa. You know, the nectar, that this amazing dramatic event in the middle of the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Krishna and Arjuna discussing, and here Krishna shows Okay, Arjuna, you want to see how I have entered into this material world. What am I? Kalosmi aham. Time I am, destroyer of worlds. So this material world is manifest and withdrawn. Manifest, withdrawn. We know from Bhagavatam the methodology. So this is a fearsome creation. Up to verse 22, Arjuna was saying, oh, this is all wonderful, brilliant lights. But then it turns, does it not? And he sees mouths devouring everything, everything being destroyed. So that's the material world. It is very wonderful, but ultimately it is a place that pralaya, everything is destroyed. So Krishna says, Arjuna, now do your duty. I'm the supreme controller. You will take victory. Get up from your chariot, armed with yoga, stand and fight. So we can take instruction from this. Armed with the Maha Mantra, let us fight our lower nature while we're chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right, let us be spiritual warriors. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada Bhagavad Gita Sadhu Sangha Ke Jai.